finger hole in the poor epoxy. This one in here, but Walnut. You don't want to go something completely different than that. Some blue. That on top. Time to get it out of the bucket. I don't know if you can see it, but there's dark areas where it's still kind of attached. Light tapping causes that dark area to go away, so you got some on the bottom. So I've got it all sanded down to 320, blew all the dust out. I got all the loose material that's stuck in some of these cracks in it. But I've got some big voids. These are wormholes, and I got some air bubbles where the epoxy met the wood. On this one, it got trapped underneath. And lots of old cracks from the old burl that were left in there. So I'm just gonna put a coat of epoxy on it, let it dry, sand it back off, just mostly trying to fill the voids and then go back with the finish. So that's what we're doing now. That's not the reason I'm doing it right now. been threatening to invest in the U. What's up? So the outside looks pretty good with one coat. And it wasn't a really good coating on there anyway. It looks pretty bad, but anyway. All right, it's time to add a little finish, see what it looks like. All right. Let that soak in and dry a little bit. I believe it's rather dull. That manzanita burl is very hard, and if it's not sharp, it's hard to cut. I'm gonna go sharpen this thing up. So if you have these carbide discs or carbide cutters for your wood turning tools, they can be sharpened. You can use it on a diamond plate by hand, but I have a diamond wheel. This is 300 grit. No, I take that back. It's 180 grit. And all I do is hold it at the back of my finger until it's too hot to hold. And I have the flat disc on the side, so I have about an inch worth of play there. And that's what this outside section is for, to sharpen stuff like this. Works great. It's about as hot as I can stand. You can see I've got some areas that didn't get cleaned off yet. Looks like it's a little beveled on that side too. This one's pretty shot actually. It's kind of rusted in there, pitted. But that's what I usually do to sharpen them up, and especially when I'm using burls that come out of the ground and pretty rocky. Getting there. This one's probably not worth hanging on too much longer. What I'll do with this one is I'll take it to the other side and I'll put a bevel on it, turning these into beveled edges. That way I'll get rid of that edge. I use that for the epoxy, and then I'll turn it into a beveled edge after that. That's enough. Hot enough. Can't stand it. Well, that usually sharpens them up, but this one's pretty pitted, so look at that edge. It's already got a bevel on it. Here is Walnut Manzanita Epoxy Hybrid Bowl. I was just playing around with some colors. I made one recently out of orange, and it was just orange on top and the manzanita on the bottom. I love the red. That's why I like the manzanitas. But I wanted something on top like a rim. So on this one, I took a plate of walnut and I put it at the top of the project, covered it with epoxy, and most of the rim, except for a little bit of blue right here, is all walnut. And it turned out really, really nice. You can see the grain in there. It's just gorgeous. 2 coats of Waterlux gloss was the finish. I also used epoxy, but sanded it off. That was just to fill voids. I had a couple of big voids inside that I completely got rid of with that. I had some bubbles along the edge. I took those off as much as possible, but they got trapped underneath the walnut plate, I think, and couldn't get out. And that was the cause of the bubbles, I think, on that situation. But I filled them back in, like I said, with epoxy, sanded that back off, filled the voids, and then 2 coats of Waterlux gloss as a finish. That material seems to be very, very hard. It's a floor finish, so it seems to be very, very tough stuff once it's good and dry. Anyway, I hope you like the project. I really appreciate you making it all the way through. Thumbs up, comments, they all help my channel. I really appreciate all those comments. And I look forward to the next project. Oh, it's right here, by the way. Thank you.